Breaking today. President Trump has publicly announced that he is directing the Department of Justice to investigate the late Jeffrey Epstein's connections to several high-profile figures, many of whom Trump describes as his political opponents. In a social media post, Trump named names including Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, and JPMorgan Chase, and urged Attorney General Pam Bondi to open investigations. Today we'll break down what's going on, why Trump is doing this now, what's at stake legally and politically, and what it could mean going forward. The focus of the investigation: Epstein's social, financial, and political connections. Newly released documents include thousands of emails from Epstein's estate. Some of these mention Trump, Clinton, and other high-profile names. Trump claims the probe should shift scrutiny away from him and focus on the Democrats he named. "This is another Russia scam, with all arrows pointing to the Democrats," he wrote. Important to note, there are no formal charges yet against Clinton, Summers, or Hoffman relating to Epstein's trafficking network. The question is whether this new initiative leads to credible evidence or is viewed as politically motivated. Legal experts are sounding alarms. One core issue: the appearance of a vindictive investigation. If a president appears to order the DOJ to target political opponents, the independence of law enforcement is called into question. Another key point: presidential versus attorney general authority. Trump claimed he's the chief law enforcement officer of the country. But in the U.S. system, the DOJ is supposed to function independently of direct presidential orders. Pam Bondi publicly thanked Trump for his request and announced that the SDNY U.S. attorney will lead the investigation. That public acknowledgement breaks from DOJ tradition of internal confidential processes. Politically, this move is loaded. On one side, Trump is trying to reframe the Epstein narrative, shifting focus onto his opponents. On the other, Democrats call it a distraction from Trump's own ties to Epstein and broader controversies. Some Republicans are quietly worried. Using law enforcement as a political weapon risks eroding public trust. Democrats call for transparency and release of all Epstein-related files, labeling the probe as a political persecution. The House Oversight Committee is also moving. A bill known as the Epstein Files Transparency Act would force the DOJ to release all relevant documents. Will the SDNY investigation uncover new evidence that justifies prosecutions? Will targeted individuals receive subpoenas, or will the matter stall? Will this probe become part of the 2026 election narrative, influencing voter sentiment? For Trump, the immediate goal seems to be shifting public attention. For opponents, the issue is about preserving the rule of law and preventing political weaponization. The president has asked the DOJ to probe former President Clinton and other high-profile figures' ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The move is legal, maybe, but it's fraught with questions about justice, fairness, and political motive. What do you think? Is this about real accountability or about political retribution? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this video helped you understand the unfolding story, hit like, subscribe to White Alert, and ring the bell to stay updated. Because in moments like this, it's not just news, it's democracy in action.